Get set to take a look at the grid for the Stadium Super Trucks. Their return to Adelaide. We're on board with Paul Morris. Sean Sermony joins me for this. We flipped the grids as per qualifying from yesterday.
Absolutely, a complete inversion from qualifying yesterday, which means the slower truck, being Bill Hines and Robbie Pierce, they're starting out in the front row, gives them an advantage early in the race, but then all the way to back with the fastest qualifying times. That is Robbie Gordon. Next to him is Paul the Dude Morris. So it's going to be an exciting race. We've got our fastest guys in the back, some of the slower guys up front, and it's going to be a big mix-up. Keep in mind, Matt, midway through this race, there will be a mandatory competition caution. That means after lap 4, they're going to stop, go to full course caution, bunch the pack back up, and go racing again for a dead drag to the very end of the checkered flag.
Really looking forward to this. There he is, the master. Robbie Gordon getting set to let loose around here. The brainchild behind this series alongside Australia's hope, Paul Morris, in the Super Cheap Auto Hungry Jacks number 67.
You see these guys ready to go? You know, last year in 2015, Robbie Gordon had everything he could to get him and his truck up on the podium. So much great talent started 12 months ago here in Australia. We brought in Matt Mingay and Toby Price and all these Aussie drivers that really upped the game of Stadium Super Trucks here. So now here we are. It's basically the guys from the States, all the guys here from home in Australia, and the amount of talent is unreal. Only a split couple bits of seconds in between the fastest qualifier all the way down to about 9th. So these guys are basically, Rod, you could throw a blanket over the top of all of them as far as time goes, and they're off and racing, Matt.
Strap yourself in. It's going to be 4 screaming laps before we get to the competition caution, and veteran Robbie Pierce will lead us down to turn number 1 through the centre chicane. Now, they've been warned about Pebble Beach on the right-hand side here. If you go through that, you are going to cop some penalties.
Absolutely. Race control, the guys from CAMS and our guys Jason Smith from USAC, they are going to be hot and heavy on that area. They can touch that curb. They can get 2 wheels over the curb. They start pulling pebbles out, they're going to get a warning. After that, it could turn into possibly a loss of a position, loss of a lap, or a black flag.
Robbie Gordon sitting at the back at the moment, as he tends to do in these early stages. But it's Travis Melbourne that leads us to South Aussie. In fact, he lives just across the road here. That's how close is this Clipsal 500 precinct. We're on board with the dude, Paul Morris, as he chases down the legend of off-road racing in Robbie Pierce.
You see Paul Morris going a little wide. The dude giving Pierce a little respect there, giving him some room as they get big air off that Toyo jump. The earth just falling out from underneath them as they jump down that huge hill.
Matt Brabham, we're looking at chasing down the 3-time Australian Super Touring champion back in the 90s, Paul Morris, and the 2014 Bathurst winner also. Now, something new for 2016. There's no ramp down here. They're carrying a lot of speed down to the turn 9 hairpin.
This is an excellent place, a very fast area for them where they can either burn off their brakes. Oh, and it looks like Greg Gartner in the 500 truck. He gets turned around. He may have gotten a little assistance there, but that's, you know, there's no crying here in that Stadium Super Truck, so that's going to happen throughout the weekend. Right now, here we are. We see out in front, running what the colors that Robbie Gordon normally be running. That's Bert Jenner. Bert Jenner in the number 50, bright orange Speed Energy tracks his truck, putting a lot of pressure there on Cowie, and now moving up into first place. Meanwhile, Sheldon Creed, the 2015 points champion in that number 1 red Traxxas truck. He had to start near the back of the pack as well, being the 3rd fastest qualifier. He is already beyond mid-pack right now and moving up quickly.
Now, they're all told yesterday at the driver's briefing that things aren't going to be like they were in 2015. You damage the trucks, you're paying the bills.
Absolutely. If you make a really silly decision here, put yourself in the wall or what have you, you're going to be paying the bills for it. If you get some help from somebody else, it'll be a judgment call. You see, here is Toby Price, your 2016 Dakar champion, Aussie driver here in the 87. Making a good move, moving up. Toby Price actually doing great in practice yesterday, being the 2nd fastest in practice. Right now he is in P5 with his eyes set on Keegan Kincaid.
This will be a walk in the park for Toby Price right now after doing Dakar recently. And back on 4 wheels, we ride on board with Paul Morris side by side across the ramp heading down Bartels Road.
Morris and Kincaid side by side off that jump. Big air off of both of them. Right now, a little bit of breathing room for our current leader. That's Bert Jenner in the number 50 Speed Energy Toyo Tire Traxxas truck. He has a little bit of a lead right now over Milburn. Milburn, second place right now. That's got to be exciting for him, but if you're looking in that rearview mirror, he's got to be nervous. Matty Mingay, Toby Price, the current champion, Sheldon Creed. That's an awful lot of pressure for a rookie in Stadium Super Trucks.
Bert Jenner leads us around through turn 11, 3 wins last year in a Stadium Super Trucks and a truck off down there in the gravel.
It was hard to say. I think that might have been Greg Gardner again in there doing a bit of a soil sample off to the side of the track.
Is that what you call it?
Now still out front, Bert Jenner looking comfortable. P2, that is Matt Mingay. The dude getting a little crossed up, almost 3 wide off of that jump. Right now we got a good shot of Matty Brabham in the UFD, United Fiber and Data truck. Matty Brabham said earlier going on to the Indy 500 this year for 2016 for the 100th anniversary of that race. And he is here with us in Adelaide at the Clipsal 500 this weekend and running quite strong, Matt.
That is 2 awkward landings we've seen already for Morris. He replicated what he did yesterday during qualifying. He runs in 5th position right now as Jenner goes right over the top of the curbs there at the top of Wakefield Street.
Jenner's got a little bit of a cushion right now between himself and second place Mingay. So he's using as much track as he can, be as smooth as possible. You see him rolling the throttle on those Toyota tires, getting the power of the ground for both him and Creed. Similar driving style there, but that gap is being closed up quicker and quicker right now. Mingay is starting to gain a little bit of time on our current leader, Bert Jenner, as we hop on board with the Hungry Jack Super Jeep of Paul the Dude Morris.
Serious airtime, gets right out towards the wall. They've moved that ramp across to the left-hand side so it lines up with the curb to give a more of a straight approach at the ramp running down Bartels Road.
Now you see right now there's just a gap of 2.9 seconds between first and second place. That seems like a big gap in Stadium Super Trucks. Anything happens really quickly here. That can be made up in just a turn or two. Toby Price shows Matt Mingay, hey man, I just came off winning Dakar. I plan on winning here this weekend. Dives to the inside, cheats him back to the outside, makes it happen. Takes that Trojan Security KTM number 87 truck, makes that move past the stick.
Was that a case of who's the boss?
I think it was. Without no Tony Danza in that one.
I wasn't going to go there. Glad you did. The dude takes us up to the Adelaide hairpin. Watch this ramp, a new addition in 2016. It just locks the rears up and almost gives the 2015 champ a bit of a love tap.
Matt Mingay.
Oh no.
Truck sideways all over. Is he able to hang on to it? Both those trucks will have to give up that little bit of speed. No positions gained right there. They almost went 3 wide. They go into the competition caution. Now what will happen in a case like that, Matt, when you have a truck, or for that matter 2 trucks, that can't safely get over the jump properly? If they were to go around that jump and gain a position, they are to give that position back right away. If they gain any time, they're to do their best there. Mingay gets into Toby Price, doesn't get out of the skinny pedal.
Is that not the coolest
Creed,
piece you've seen?
really sideways. Then Creed and Price forced to go around the next jump. We said earlier, after practice and qualifying, we're going to see it one more time. These guys are so close, Matt, and their speed on this track, almost 3 wide. I have to believe that Toby Price saved Sheldon Creed from going around further by hitting him in the rear end of the air. Second time we've seen him that sideways in the air on that straightaway in 12 months.
Yeah, totally. Getting it on all 4 wheels this time. This is from the dude's perspective. You'll see it all unfold in front of him. Out of the Adelaide hairpin, and someone had to give. Watch Creed here. And a driver of his caliber saved that just then. We could have had 3 or 4 trucks in the fence.
We're going to see one more replay of it here. Mingay coming in real hot, getting into the rear end of Price, then bouncing off of Creed. Creed sideways in the air.
They clear the ramp. Under competition caution here at Adelaide. Oh, man. Take a deep breath. We're about to go green very soon. Bert Jenner, the man from West Los Angeles, originally from Malibu, runs his own dog hotel over in that part of the world, something quite unique. LA Dogs, you know, it's posh. Like I said yesterday, man, I'm thinking about getting an apartment there myself. Flat screen TVs, nice beds. He's got a great deal there. But right now, he's concentrating on taking this one home. Folks, we're only halfway through this race. So we've still got 4 laps left to go in this 8-lap race. Very exciting so far. Out in front right now is Bert Jenner. He is in that bright orange Speed Energy Traxxas truck that you would normally see Robbie Gordon drive. Robbie Gordon's in the Arctic Cat Wildcat 1000, green and black number 7 this weekend, as they are off Matt Dalty. Back on the green flag conditions here in Adelaide, down to the centre chicane we go. And this is where I expect more action, if anything, in the first half of this race. Anything to go by. We're on board with Robbie Gordon. so much experience, a world legend in motorsport. Takes us up to the top of Wakefield Street. Now Toby Price challenges for the lead.
Toby Price just had a part of Mingay's truck fall off him from a lap earlier that was stuck to him as he challenges our leader. Makes a nice clean pass on Bert Jenner. Sheldon Reed gets into Bert Jenner. Not too bad. I wouldn't say that was an aggressive mood. It just wasn't quite what Bert Jenner needed there. Bert drops back. Now you see Keegan Kincaid, his hood shoved up in his face. Very difficult to see the rest of the race here as we hop on board the Hunky Jacks. Paul the Dude Morris. You see right now, Robbie Gordon in that fifth position right now. Robbie's going to put on some moves here in the second half. He always takes it easy in the first half of these races. Once we get to the comp caution, he gets real serious. So be watching that Arctic Cat Wildcat, number 7, be moving up through the pack here, Matt.
Keegan Kincaid looks like he's had the front head butted here. He's going to try and straighten it out here on the back of Paul Morris's truck, like a shark attacking the back of the Super Chief Auto entry. Round the backside of the circuit we go. Here's Robbie Gordon and Matt Mingay glued to him right now.
Now you see great race right there. Oh, we've got another truck around. I believe it's Toby Pierce.
Oh, no.
I have to think he got around all on his own there. It's hard to say if he got any assistance in that one or not. He was running so well. Definitely a problem with the front end. Now out in front, it's Paul Morris, Keegan Kincaid, and Sheldon Creed in P3. Excellent race going on. As we said before, it's a long race to be out here with this type of action, but the last 4 laps is when it all goes to heck, and these guys really drop the hammer on one another, and it's falling off the cart fast right now.
With Morris up 10 positions, you can see on our Toyota Stadium Super Trucks leaderboard on the run down to the center chicane. This is not how to attack. Oh, is that two-wheeling feeling?
That is two-wheeling is not a good feeling, especially for Toby Price today. Throw it away all on his own on that one right now. A great race as you can throw a blanket over it. Oh, and Mingay gets up. We didn't see that in the last part of it. Mingay then spins out Robbie Gordon. So a lot of stuff happening in that one turn right there. That's going to change the race up big time.
And Morris is under massive siege here onto Bartels Road. We look out the back of the Super Chief Auto truck, hitting the Toyota Tires ramp. And side by side across there, serious hang time for the 2015 champ.
And there we are, Traxxas on Traxxas, the teammates side by side there. As we see on board Paul Morris, the dude has a respectable lead right now. He's hoping, I would have to think, that the battle for second place right now is going to slow them up. As you see, Creed obviously got heavy into the back of his teammate as his hood's pushed up here. Both Traxxas truck, just like the RC cars, taking a serious beating and keep on trucking here. These trucks are so tough. You see the teammates back and forth as they're trying to chase down our current leader right now, the Super Chief Auto driver, Paul Morris.
That wouldn't be easy to take turn 8 like that. He wouldn't be able to see too much.
No, it definitely would not be. But the thing is, with Keegan Kincaid and Sheldon Creed, these guys are rough and tumble kind of guys. So very seldom do you see them finish one of these races without their hood up in their face. I think if you gave them open sight the whole time, they wouldn't know what to do with it.
I can see the damage chart being added to as this lap goes on.
Absolutely. You see right now, going down the front stretch, these guys getting away from each other a little bit, giving each other a little breathing room. We are 7 of 8 laps as we hop on board with Robbie Gordon.
This will be the replay of what happened down at turn 11, right in front of the fans. They're going to be loving this down there in the Cooper's corner. Jenner went from the leader back to 10th position and all of that. Robbie was lucky to get away with that.
He absolutely was, and we are the Royal Purple Oil truck of Robbie Pierce right there, and then there is Bill Hines. Smoking the wheels off there. Making a bit of an exit off the track for a brief moment, as here we are back for the race to the finish. We are 7 of 8 right now as they head down that huge downhill jump. Paul Morris out in front, Sheldon Creed P2, and Keegan Kincaid P3. Matty Brabham is now in the battle. See if he can make it happen. And there is Greg Gardner. Greg Gardner having some mistakes earlier on in the race, keeping him out of contention for the podium for today. But keep in mind, it's 3 races this weekend, Matt. So they get points for each race. So the driver with the most points at the end of Sunday's race will be our overall winner for the weekend. So right now, consistency is what's going to win the championship at the end of this weekend.
Look at the 18-year-old menacing the back of Morris here. Out of turn 11 past the Shannon's wall cam and the run to the second last ramp to start the final lap here. What's Creed got for us?
we'll see. You know, Sheldon, he's got a lot of tricks in that bag of his, and he can dig down real deep in it and never know. But Paul the Dude Morris, you know, he's no novice. He's been around all kinds of racing for a very, very long time. So he's going to have to pull out something really spectacular it's one thing to catch the dude, it's another thing to pass the dude. And but if anybody can make that happen, that's going to be Sheldon Creed. And when he does, I guarantee Keegan Kincaid is going to do everything he can to be a part of that program.
Look how quick they go to the centre chicane there too. They've stayed off the beach, and now Morris drives on the defensive here on the run-up. Creed's going to have to go the long way around here at the top of Wakefield Street. And Kincaid could pickpocket these two.
Absolutely. Kincaid's waiting for these guys to put a move on one another here so that he can take advantage of it. Sheldon Creed swapping a little paint on his Traxxas #1 with Paul the Dude Morris here. Great battle back and forth. How many of these battles with different competitors have we seen Sheldon Creed be a part of just in the last 12 months, Matt?
The reason why he carries #1 on that truck. Looking to open up his account. Of course, this counts towards the 2016 championship, the first round of this year's series before heading to Florida next weekend. Couple of chances still to come here for Creed through the sweeper. This turn 8. Morris stacked him up a little bit. Here he comes.
Dives to the outside. Is he going to be able to make it stick? You know, he's reaching deep down to that bag of tricks right now. What's he going to do? He's up in front. Is Morris going to make it happen? Kincaid dives in as well, tries to follow his teammate. Can't get Morris out of the way. Morris drops back to P2.
Oh, it's not done. Far from done here. Creed, 3 turns remaining. He's taken the lead. Morris has one last shot here on the run to the hairpin. I called it too early last year. It could finish at the finish line on that ramp upside down. I wouldn't rule it out.
No, anything can happen now. Sheldon can't see where he's going at all in that #1 truck. Probably doesn't know the dude's diving to the inside. The dude way to the inside. Sheldon squares it up early. Apex early on as they drag race down the front stretch.
You've got to be kidding me. It's a truck length at the end. I think Jason Smith at USAC's got a couple of decisions to make, though.
Absolutely, he does. It looks like unofficially Sheldon Creed takes the win. Paul Morris in P2. Keegan Kincaid, Sheldon's Traxxas teammate in P3. Thumbs up back and forth from the dude and to Sheldon Creed. Respecting each other, respecting the series. Just great guys. What a race, huh, man?
Unbelievable race here. That's only race #1.
Very, very exciting.
Sheldon Creed, the winner, 1/10 of a second at the finish line, 6/10 back to Keegan Kincaid. And we'll go back to Morris, Gordon, Brabham, Gartner, Cowie, Bert Jenner, Pierce, and Matt Mingay completing the top 10. What a race.
That was exciting. You know, when you bring it right down to it, these guys are so close in practice and qualifying. This is one of the best fields we've seen in Stadium Super Trucks.
Replay one more time. They split hairs at the first ramp, and then Morris squeezed out, had to take the grass. 1/10 of a second is the win to Creed. Highlights, stack them up. Race 1 of this year's championship got underway. Rob Pierce led us down to the first corner before everyone ate him alive at the top of Wakefield Street.
You see right off the bat, the first lap, there are trucks all kinds of sideways from lap #1. As you see, Matty Brabham, the UFD. Right now, Matty Brabham running very well. But then we had the number 25 off in the pucker brush a little bit there into the wall. See a lot of Toby Price in the 87. He was very aggressive early on in the race. And then you see here, Matt Mingay, Sheldon Creed, Toby Price, the dude, all in what could have been just a horrible part of that race.
Greg Gardner did the same thing at Sydney and ended up on his roof in 2015. And this is where Bert Jenner would get ahead of Price. They went side by side down. We thought this was a clean move. Survey said no.
Survey says no. I think there's a little more to it than that. I think Sheldon Creed, and Toby Price threw it away all on his own. Then Matt Mingay gets into the number 7 of Robbie Gordon, and then it just turned to a complete yard sale in that turn.
How was Brabham straight through the middle of all of that as well? That was a replay from Robbie Gordon's truck spinning around in front of Greg Gardner and Bert Jenner. It was a clearance sale of trucks down there at turn 11. And this was the run on the very last lap when Creed took the lead. Kincaid put his nose down the inside of the dude. And it was far from over. They went side by side across the ramp, Morris to the grass, and Creed the winner. Race 1 is down. Sean Cermony's gone for a lay down. Looking forward to the rest of this weekend. The Clipsal 500 continues on the other side of this break.